SHODO-O!
Hey guys, welcome to the 65th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh.
Tachibana-san! Hondo de desu ka?
Okay, there it is. It's time for some Blade stuff. Because we're going to be talking about some Kamen Rider Candy Toy blog updates, as well as some, random Ultraman information that just sort of happened. Also, I want to start making a point of this. We're going to start talking about a few more pre-orders, because some things went up on HLJ and Amiyami, as well as Amazon Japan, that you guys might need to keep your eyes on. So yeah, without further ado, if we get to a topic, we might have to cut this episode short, just because I have an art stream to do soon at the time of this recording. But before that, if we can get to it, we're going to talk about Kuuga. Finally. So, because we didn't do a topic. So, let's talk about some shodo-O, huh? Right? Oh, wait. Also, Josh, did you want to talk about Minipla?
I would like to talk about it briefly, yeah.
Okay, so we'll string that all together and see where it lands us at the end of the news. So the first thing that happened was SHODO-O 4. They did a little product review of SHODO-O 3, but didn't really give us too much new information.
Just the Shodo photographer really just flexing their photography skills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and as well as the editor, putting in the most work for the Hell Brothers. That stuff was really good. But hey, check it out. SHODO-O 4.
Yes.
It's pretty different from any of the other, everything we've seen from SHODO-O.
I thought it was
before.
a relatively large set, too.
Yeah, so basically what had happened, or, there's no story behind it, but what they have done is they've upped the lineup from, 5 to 6, and one of them isn't going to be an accessory set. The accessory set is just gone.
That works.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
You know what? I can't even make a joke about how, the monster in this group is the accessory, because he's pretty well articulated.
No, yeah, and really well detailed as well.
And I'm sure Corey likes this set for Kabuto stuff.
Oh my god. Dude, I didn't... Okay, we'll get there, because I do want to know more about this Blade stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and I don't know too much, so I'm going to be asking you guys about it. So first off, we saw Chalice, and Chalice is going to be coming with his bow weapon that also connects to the belt piece that can come off and plug right into the bow itself. He also has card-holding hands, just so he can, do the whole slidey thing, what have you.
The official term.
Yeah, I always try to keep to the official term.
Right.
He looks great, and he's got a lot of paint still. Even though we've upped the lineup to 6, I'm still noticing a lot of paint here. And I do wonder, because it is still, if I'm remembering this correctly, I do believe it's still a box of 10 that these come in. They don't do those sets they typically do for SHODO. So I wonder how the budget was all worked out, upping the amount of riders or the amount of new pieces, and then I don't know where was the cost cutting here. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. They don't typically say it here though.
Two things that came up recently. One was just in response to Gaim. I'm never quite sure what the logic is between it's a box of 10 or it's a box of 12. I don't know what is the decider for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, I was looking at this real motley crew of enemy characters, and I was just like, this is just kind of looking like main Shodo, it's just like, hey, we're back to not having the bikes.
Yeah, a
Pretty
little
much.
bit. A little bit, yeah. Shodo-O is... It's like... It's Shodo versus, but for only the villain riders.
And I really like that it's like continuing off of the previous Shodo sets.
But
Yeah,
that's kinda
definitely. Yeah. So yeah, we talked about Chalice. Chalice looks great. Let's talk about Garen.
I'm so happy that they took a photo with Garen hiding behind the like corner. Like they like.
Yeah, but now I need Shodo corner.
You're right. Shodo corner.
Yeah. So if there's not a corner in that box, I'm gonna be a little bit upset.
He's just.
I thought it was
gonna
called
cancel the
Shodo
parade.
Showdown.
What?
You said you want Shodo corner. I said I thought it was called Shodo Showdown.
That's old. Go away. But yeah, he looks great too. I assume he's gonna be coming with the same amount of hands. Like they didn't give us like a hand breakdown, I guess, which is a strange sentence on its own.
Things that only
but-
make sense here.
Right. But he doesn't or they didn't show off that like in like a really nice pretty image. They just sort of had this like really tiny, like this minuscule 1 pixel large image of his gun that had the cards splayed out. So like I don't know why they couldn't just take another picture. Maybe the gun just wasn't done at that point. But it looks nice. I'm glad it comes with both those options. Another thing, though, that like is a little hard to see, but between his two images, it does look like either his gun can be holstered or there's a separate piece to holster to have a holstered version of the gun. I'm leaning toward a separate piece.
I was about to say that holster is so oversized. It better be functional.
I don't know, because like Blades wasn't, and he got a similar piece. No, it wasn't.
That's odd.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and I feel like if it was, they probably would have said something about it, like another thing in this set.
That's true.
But we'll get there. So this is my question. Blade, 4 of them riders, yes?
4 main ones.
That
Yeah,
exists?
Lee Angle is the only one left, and he's
Okay, all right.
He's kind of a guy for Shodo-O. Like his whole thing was that he was possessed by a monster most of the time. So he was kind of an enemy.
In theory, I mean, we're gonna get to it here in a second with other stuff in the set. Blade does have a trio of movie riders too. And the main one is like the villain of the movie, so he could be in this one of these sets.
Mm-hmm.
And it also could potentially give us a female rider, because one of the other ones was a female.
So, like, the ones that showed up in Decade, they just used those suits? Were they the same people, or, like...
Yeah, those are the suits. But, I think, if I remember correctly, I think that those actors were... Yeah, at least one of them was, like, the same one from the movie, but they were playing, like, alternate reality versions of the characters.
Oh, okay.
I think.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Aren't they, like... Actually, I guess I don't want to, like, give away stuff for Decade.
I mean, even Blade's movie was, like, an alternate reality thing. Because all the Heisei movies during that era were, like, alternate reality situations.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Kabuto... Once again, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we still have a little ways to go, but we've gotten done with a good chunk of Blade with this.
Yeah, it's really nice
we just
that they're
need, like,
within
Jack and
Shodo
King forms, right?
that they it's nice that within Shodo they just cover a lot of stuff in a series. It's like it's almost
like,
as complete as Shodo.
Genuinely, this seems like one of the most fearless lines.
Yeah.
Because like all this is being released at retail and people are buying them.
Yeah, I mean the fact that we have like movie writers and stuff, which I know we haven't mentioned yet, but in this set, I think it's just really, really cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
you know
the Blade stuff is neat. I'm excited to get it. how many away are we? Like, I assume Liangle, right?
Yeah,
Don't they all have Jack forms?
Only Blade and Garen do.
Okay, so that's 2 more, and then what about King forms?
King
Is that only Blade?
Yeah, only Blade. I mean, Shoto would never do it, but in the SIC line, the other riders got other forms, but
okay.
But yeah, no, like in show wise, it's just them.
I forgot Callus also has an upgrade form.
Oh yeah. Wild Callus.
I always forget it.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Oh, you know what? There is a SIC Kiwami Tamashi for Wild Chalice. For the longest time, I just assumed that was what regular Chalice is supposed to look like, but it is.
Yeah.
It is different.
Yeah, I always forget about that upgrade form. Yeah, that exists. So yeah,
where's that from? The show? Or
yeah, it's from the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Liangle is the only one of the main 4 that didn't get a second form in the show.
Okay.
So, and then Blade got 3 forms because he's the main rider. So.
Right. Yeah, that's just how it works.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited for this. The next thing that they talked about was genuinely the strangest blind spot in my predictions. I don't know why I didn't think this was going to be the one that they chose to do.
I mean, they love doing this a lot when they have this mold. So.
Yeah, so Dark Kabuto's here. It's basically the equivalent of, hey, we got an Optimus Prime. Guess we just gotta make a Nemesis Prime. Or even sometimes just a white Ultra Magnus. Get it, guys? Because G1, he did it.
Sometimes a dead one.
Sometimes a dead one! No, he's just asleep. So yeah, Dark Kabuto's here. He looks great.
Oh yeah.
I assume they're gonna be using the Shodo-O mold.
Probably. I don't see why they wouldn't.
The shodo-x mold. So his crotch better be dropping.
I'm sure that was a good way to save some money on the wave. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure I can see the ball joints kind of angled down in that photo.
Okay. He's also got all 3 versions of the weapon.
Looks like it.
Huh?
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like it. I was also gonna ask, is the pattern on the chest actually like molded in or something? Because it looks a little bit raised.
It does look
so,
like it's molded in.
I think it's just printed on. I don't know why. I said this in the news video, but like, I think it's just printed on, and the whatever material, whatever quality of the paint that is being used, it just has it's just when you paint something over top of a canvas, it's gonna be higher.
Yeah.
So
sorry, what I meant to say was it's high quality.
there you go. It looks good. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, that's not the only Kabuto thing we got.
No.
We also got a very special thing.
It's
a worm!
This is really cool.
Only here would we be excited for worms.
Right. I would like to say that this does not fill the void entirely, but it's is a slightly good standalone or stand-in for another Kabuto. Since another Kabuto kind of uses this as like inspiration.
That I never really thought of that. You're right. That's cool.
I mean, it doesn't fill my void.
You keep doing you, but... Josh.
Yep. it's something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely excited for this. I mean, you guys have been listening to this for a while. I like to build armies.
The last 2 figures in this set, Corey's gonna have to buy 100 of. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking about that when this was revealed. How there's like 2 true builders in the set, and it's a box of 10. And apparently they have in the past like considered that with the lineup.
I don't know. I do really want to talk about how this wave breaks down once all's said and done. Once we're done talking about it. But regardless, it looks great. They did some very intricate molding that they were talking about. They were very proud of. One of those situations where they're like, please, once you get it in hand, appreciate it or something, or please look at it. Another thing that they really liked about it was the gradient on the hands and the feet. So that, I mean, it's looking good, man. I'm into it. I love me some Kabuto representation, and ooh baby, this is a good one. I do wonder if we're gonna be getting a re-release of the I know we did like a general worm, or like a higher ranking worm figure before.
It was like the one from the last episode, basically. I don't remember its name.
Yeah, so I really hope, I don't know why they wouldn't re-release that one unless something strange happened to the mold. Because, you know, they made that once and then just never used it again. I don't know. I could easily see them going back to that. Yeah. But yeah, cool. This looks great. Next up, speaking of army builders, let's talk about the Ryo Trooper.
This is really cool.
Yeah, another really cool item.
I mean, not only have I always liked the design of these, but it's just cool to get this.
Yeah, you can get like 1, you can get like 5, and you could get like 11.
It continues off of the, like, you know, Delta being in the last set and everything like that. So
Delta, who's that?
From Fies.
Oh, yeah. So we are still getting a continuation on 5. Like, another thing that I was very surprised about was that we weren't getting any more Ryuki stuff. Cause like,
yeah,
that mold still exists. I don't know why they wouldn't, you know, go back and reuse it. But you know, I don't make the rules here.
Especially because there's so many different things they can do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, and once again, this will go into our layout discussion, but maybe they just figured, okay, we basically made our money back on this mold, so we're just gonna shelve this for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought where you're going was premium Bandai set for the rest of them.
Oh god,
stop.
That'd be so expensive.
Oh, absolutely stop.
You know what? Premium Bandai for everyone except Scissors.
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
I'll take that.
Scissors gets his own case.
Yeah. I need a case of scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I also like is, you know, again, the possibility maybe this won't be a troop builder friendly layout. We don't know. The thing that's nice about the Ryo Trooper is there's technically 2 characters you can attach to the one. Trying to remember. I think one of the major characters in the show was like the leader of the Ryo Troopers.
Yeah. For a time, he just decided to wear a fedora for a little bit.
Yep.
So that was a time to have.
Oh, Fies. And my favorite example is the Decade stage show musical where Kuuga befriends a shocker grunt who wants to be a rider, and then he becomes a Ryo Trooper.
I'm so glad you have this very
obscure knowledge.
Offshoot knowledge. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. So definitely, hey, if it comes with extras, then you got one for each of those.
Just looking at the Ryo Trooper here. I mean, I know that he had it first, but I can't see his gun and sword and not think of how the ride players used it from XA.
Wait, did they really?
There you go.
Yeah. Was that really just their weapon?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
Actually, technically, I would say the Ryo Trooper weapon went on to be modified and painted for the generic grunts in Ghost, and then they got used in X8 for the Ryo Troopers. Just painted again.
Oh. Did not know.
Yeah, that mold's gotten around. Yeah,
just like the Zek Trooper.
It's just like a very simple gun and sword thing, so they like using it so often.
Another thing about it though is that they showed off that there is the gun mode and the sword mode, and how they chose to represent that is that there's just a hinge there, even though this is SHODO. There's a hinge in it, so it's only
good.
Yeah, it's
That's
one
valid.
self-contained item, but 2 separate pieces, and it holsters.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
That saves money, probably.
it does. So I
that.
very much appreciate that. So yeah, Riot Trooper, great stuff. Very happy about it. Let's talk.
And then
Oh,
I was going to say, and then Mr. G gives us good answer gently, aka Project G4.
right? So hey, this is a situation where I'm like, oh wow, there's a little bit of forethought to this. Like, I'm glad that we're still getting Agito representation in the main line.
I like how...
And even a movie rider.
I like how the repaint... I mean, I think there might be a slight remold to it, but the repaint of the G3X suit gets the retail release. But the actual G3X suit is the premium figure.
I mean, you gotta get that heavy hitter in for the premium stuff.
True.
That's just where I'm at. And then this guy, so like he has that like shooty gun thing. What is it?
Yeah. The what was it called again? Whatever it is.
I don't know. I
that
forgot.
decade-
This suddenly became a test for everyone. Also, I would also mention, the time has come. What is the main export partner of Japan? Go.
Russia?
Croatia. Yes, you got it correct.
Yeah, that's definitely what I said. Okay.
Oh. 100%
yeah,
real information because we are news people.
Yep.
But yeah, he's got the
missiles
shooty
were-
gunny thingy with the 4 missiles.
Decade.
Yeah. So
this isn't just the soda one, right?
Nope, it's got a
no.
handle.
Oh, yeah,
The
you're
soda
right.
one
Yeah.
has a peg.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's so good, and he comes with a pea shooter as well, so helpful. I gotta say though, out of all of these items, how much new molding is there really? Like,
What, for all of
the
figures,
Ryo
or-
Trooper definitely uses 5 pieces.
Yeah.
Kabuto or Dark Kabuto is just Kabuto. G4 is just the mold for
G3X.
Garen, largely just Blade. I think the only sort of new stuff is the Worm and
Chalice.
Garen Chalice, yeah.
I mean, it still makes sense, like, for, getting use out of the molds to make a wave like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like any of the things are inaccurate. They're all accurate, so...
Yeah, exactly. And, like, with G4, he probably makes more sense as a retail item just because, like, with G3, you're not putting that all out in that color of plastic.
That's true.
You just can't.
Because you have to paint all that metallic blue for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
you
it's
just
it's
have
just
the accent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and a majority of this wave is black plastic, and I assume, and I mean, this is just my assumption, but going based off of plastic filament prices, black is the cheapest. So there's a lot of that here.
So we are slowly building our line of candy toy figures for the riders that are on The End Completes K-Touch.
Fantastic.
Because we have Ryuga, and then now we have G4, and then SHODO gave us Skull. So we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Yeah.
Kiva. Come on, Kiva. Give us an arc.
Yes,
Give us
I'd love to see
scaled
art.
arc.
I
Speaking
still
of arts,
maintain that you could possibly fudge a Shodo arc by getting this
The Sochok Henshin.
Sochok Henshin, yeah.
I mean, it would probably be
like,
the best in terms of scaling.
It was slightly undersized for that line, but it is still slightly taller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
And these
straight
are
up got platform shoes.
Oh yeah, exactly. So these guys are much shorter. I think you can fudge it in there. I have yet to bite the bullet on one of those.
I was about to say I never really got clear whether or not that was an exclusive, because it was like a 2-pack of movie writers.
Yeah. It was a 2-pack. I see it relatively cheap on Mandarake if anyone's interested, though.
So that was what, Arc and Ray in that set?
Yeah.
Sure. You could have said anything and I'd believe you.
The 2 movie guys.
Once again, you could have said the Romacom brothers were in there and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
No, I see. No one remembers them. So.
Exactly, yeah. Hey, did you know that they appeared in 01 as the Grunts at Ames?
Hard.
That's definitely real knowledge.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, this set's really cool. But dissecting it a little bit, you can see that there are a lot of there is a lot of mold reuse here, and it is smart and it is clever. The way that they've done this.
Yeah, and for getting the number of figures that are in the set, I'll definitely take it. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I do wonder, because once again, they sort of sell these as 10 pieces rather than individually. So these guys could potentially take up way more. One of them could take up way more budget than the other. So much so that they have to pack in multiples of a certain reprint. So ideally, I would love the Ryo Trooper and both the army builders to get extras in here. But I think it's probably going to be extras of Dark Kabuto, maybe Garen.
I was about to say, I always operate under the assumption of this is probably something that Toei thinks is important or a fan favorite, and I just thought, oh shit, it's just going to be Garen and Chalice, isn't it?
I know, I don't know if we're going to triple up, but we're definitely doubling up on multiple people. So actually, you know what? This is going to be fun. Where are you doubling up? Because wouldn't it be the best worst thing if they doubled up on every single thing except the army builders?
Yeah. Which is probably what my answer is going to be. That's probably what they would double up on. Or you were asking what I would double up on.
Oh, right. I was saying what you predict that they would double up on. But obviously, everyone would double up on the,
It's like I was, again, saying this when this was revealed. I feel like I've only known of one time where they've done clever doubling up. And it was within Geo with the Decade Armor X8 form. Where it's like, oh, they actually considered the contents of the wave.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say Chronicle is also clever in general.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, we were wondering, it's going to be like a box of 10 for Gaim, and there's 8 individual things. So, do you think it's
wait, we should probably mention this then. We only know about this because pre-orders have gone up.
Oh, yes.
Pre-orders went up for Shodo-O Kamen Rider 4. Pre-orders went up for SHODO Chronicle Gaim, and they went up for the Ultraman set that we're going to talk about later.
They also went up for Minipla EX for Kira Major, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if we're getting done with the pre-order stuff right now, we also got an Amazon Japan pre-orderable link for the Televikun issue that comes with the Kangaroo. So definitely get on top of that. If you haven't already, head on into the Discord and it'll be there. Or I guess I could just leave it in the links in the description. But also, if you want more up-to-date updates, they will be there. In the Discord.
What I was saying is, with the case assortment with Gaim, do you think it's going to be Gaim Orange Arms, or do you think it's going to be clever and give you Gaim Banana Arms?
That's what I would love.
That would be a first.
I would love for
that
to happen.
Josh messaged me that before, and I was like, what world are you living in where you think that that's what they're about to do?
You know what? That would have been my response a year ago, but at this point I'm like, you know what? SHODO would set the precedent.
You would be the one to do it, but I still don't think.
I just think with how close it is to being able to make that happen. That I don't know why they wouldn't just do it.
Yeah, and so far, SHODO Chronicle has not had to deal with a Gaim, but I think that this would be... it would not be out of character with the case assortments we've gotten so far, where they've been like, hey, we're giving you everything you need to display everything.
I want that to be a saying,
and it would be
having to deal with a Gaim.
If you... yeah. Whereas, like, a series that technically did a bunch of form swaps. Not a bunch, but, you know.
Oh, right, yeah. It has that kind of gimmick that would take a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just said a bunch of form swaps, but then I was about to say, technically, Banana Arms is the only one to have to worry about in this case.
Yeah. I mean, not counting the Hyper Battle DVD forms that I keep wanting.
Yeah.
You and your Hyper Battle DVDs.
I know. They deserve recognition, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not like they're different characters. It's not like people are being left out.
Forms get left out.
But yeah, it's fine.
they get no love.
That's fine. Fair. Everyone has their thing.
The gimmick items for them usually just get shoved into a magazine and then forgotten.
Hey, if they give me fresh orange, I'll take it. Like,
see, we need that.
Yeah. I'll take fresh orange.
So I guess the only thing left on this blog is Mr. G is just checking in with us and saying that someone pointed out that the Huma gear has facial recognition on the camera, and there's apparently an app that makes photos, that applies a smile to photos. So that's wonderful.
That thing was thing was terrifying.
Yes, and that is exactly why it is now my Twitter profile picture.
Oh,
I hope to upset everyone that looks at my profile.
I saw a video where someone was using that app, actually, like going down an escalator and then just like pointing the camera at the people on the other side, and everyone would just like turn their head and smile.
Oh, that's creepy.
So weird.
It is. It really does make you feel like you're being stalked by everyone.
It's just... it looks so creepy.
I know.
I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know.
I hate it.
I don't think anyone's noticed this, but my profile picture has slowly been getting closer to the camera.
Has it really?
Every now and again, I zoom in.
Wonderful.
I hadn't noticed that. I noticed on Saturday when he changed it to this. I just didn't notice that it kept zooming in.
It'll get there. Soon it'll just be the teeth.
But that's better. Then I don't have to see the whole thing.
So, which news item is next?
I think chronologically, we should be going to Minipla.
Oh,
Josh,
cool.
go.
Speaking of zooming, guess what zoomed onto the scene?
Minipla.
No one was speaking about zooming. What are you talking about?
We were literally just talking about zooming in on a profile picture.
Oh! See, when you said zoom, my brain automatically said zoom the call. You call it on a zoom? You do a zoom call?
I thought it was zoom from the Flash.
Kirame Silver!
Zoom from the Flash.
Um,
Anyway, let's talk about our DC heroes
yes,
news.
let's do that. So, since...
My favorite candy toy line.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
So good. So this week, since Gigant Driller's Minipla was releasing, I figured they had to have finally done the blog update about it. And they did. So it pretty much didn't... I mean, it didn't tell us anything we didn't really already figure out from the press photos, because, I mean, there's not really a lot going on with this. Basically...
Comes with feats.
Yeah, that's true. There is that. So basically with it, we have, it's in 6 boxes like normal. I actually just got mine today, so I'm, like, looking at it. I haven't built it yet. But, so it has, different pieces for, like, Smog Joki's legs, which we had seen before from the press photos, and we got to see, like, how they actually look in comparison to the original release from set 2, and they look a lot better. I never thought the set 2 legs were bad until I saw that they were bad. So, It was nice that they.
Wow,
didn't
you
know they
didn't
were
know a
bad
thing
until-
until you saw that it was a thing.
Right,
No,
right.
No, what I was going to say is you didn't know they were bad until the toy line told you it was bad.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's just like how Soto went and said,
You made
"Hey,
it weird.
new gates body. Hey, new chest for the different forms of Evolt.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know how
yeah.
it do."
I two things I would have never noticed were wrong, and so they pointed it out.
Bandai, you made it weird.
Right? Other things to note, there's really not much, but on the DX toy, when you like finish the transformation for the head, there's like this little like face plate that like flips up, and the Minipla can do that exact thing, but if you do that, you can't rotate the head because you can't have the mask move. So there is a separate head piece that you can just plug in on the ball joint. So you eliminate the little like plate gimmick, but you'll get the full head articulation. So you can have it more accurate to the deluxe toy, or you can have more articulation. You have your options there. So that's really nice. They did show off that you can pretty faithfully recreate the like transformation where like it grabs the gem and puts it in. That
makes me very happy.
Right? There's no like you can even like have the drill like hand like come up to like pretend to click the button. It won't do anything like the deluxe toy,
Right.
but at least the idea is there, so that's really cool.
But hey, guess what? It's a toy and you can play pretend. That's what it's for.
Exactly. Probably my favorite part is the blog messing around like usual, stating how the pegs for the drills are like kind of all over the place. So if you want, you can buy extras and just keep adding drills to this thing. If that's the thing that you want to do, I don't know why, but there's a photo where they added like 2 or 3 more drills to it just for the fun of it. So that's a thing. Whatever.
Hey man, it's toys.
And they talked about kind of the leg articulation. They talked about a little bit, just like how you can get the full advantage of it. And I mean that was pretty much all there was for the Gigant Driller Minipla. It is out now. I'm not sure how many stores still have it in stock online, but it is a thing you can purchase. It just came out in Japan like this current week. And then they showed off that they didn't say when it was going to happen, but the next blog update for Minipla will cover set 4, which will be the weapons, as we mentioned on here before. But they showed off a nice picture of all of them like in a group together. And that will be the next update, so we'll get to see the details. But yeah, that's really about it for Minipla.
Fantastic.
Small
do we know...
aside, because I was looking at our Discord and someone is asking about premium Bandai stuff, and Corey, you recommended From Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That just reminded me, From Japan actually recently added Amazon Japan, so hey, there you go.
Oh yeah, I mean, okay. So here's the thing,
Corey.
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing. I
think one of us cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like you can do that. Like if you wanted to order, say candy toy stuff, that's probably a better idea since like, for Amazon Japan, they typically go through DHL. Like if you're ordering straight from Amazon Japan, they go through DHL, and DHL is like, hey, we don't ship food, so we can't ship candy toys, which is a problem, but only for Amazon Japan, because they tell DHL that there is candy in there. But places like, so keep this on the down low, places like Mandarake, Ami Ami, and HLJ, don't tell DHL. Don't let them know.
That's why we like
that they are shipping candy toys. I know. So don't tell DHL that it's happening. I don't know what just happened. Everything went silent for a second. But yeah. So if you want to ship candy toys, I suppose that would be the place to do it. I also know, if we're talking about shipping services, I also know that Yahoo Japan Auctions partners directly with a specific one. I forgot which one it was. Bai. And they do a similar service, but it's for Yahoo Japan Auctions, and they're doing the Japanese Mercari, and you can find some really neat things there. Which we're not sponsored, but man, wouldn't that be a great sponsorship? Huh. Wouldn't it? That's, I don't know, that's what I would recommend potentially. Hey, let's are we good on Minipla?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we're all good. That pretty much covers it.
All right, coming in a little late, but I think that's on my end. So let's talk a little bit about Ultraman. Let's stumble through Ultraman haphazardly, because they didn't give us a blog update. Yeah, they didn't give us a blog update. They more just sort of released them on their regular Bandai calendar, their Bandai Candy Toy calendar.
Just kind of silently pushed a box onto the table.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And you know what? They did actually have, like, if you looked in the description, there was more information in there, so that was helpful. So basically, what we're going to be getting is a brand new set of CHODO. It's going to be a lineup of 4, and it has, I believe it was Agul version 2. It had...
I'm just
starting... Hikari! Ultraman Hikari.
I'm just starting with Ultraman, so I can't help you on anything here.
That's fair. I looked this up once, and I'm trying to... Zafi! Zafi was a new one, and you know what? This isn't the first time he's come out. He's also come out in Shodo versus Ultraman Set 3. But the difference with this one is he has a waist, and he has the translucent eyes, and I believe the chest thing. And then also Mephilas, or Mephilas, or Mephilas.
Yeah, you could say anything.
Whatever.
I believe it.
A monster.
Yeah. Hey, did you... this set, I lied before. It doesn't come with 4. It comes with 6. It also comes with both of the Romacon brothers.
It's not 4 or 6. It's 5. Wait.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, 5. Because it also has the accessory set that comes with Agul's shooty thing, things such as Agul's shooty thing.
Once again, only the official terms here tonight.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you understand. You know what's in these. I know. Everyone knows what's in. If you're listening to the podcast.
Also, I like how tonight your common go-to is just the Remocon brothers.
I mean, look.
much like every Chodo wave, there is an extra box that is just effect parts.
Right.
And here we go.
I know this is just random, but I just remembered this. Just going back to Minipla for like 1 second. The Super Minipla Grand Liner released, and its box is huge.
Oh, okay.
It's bigger. What? It's bigger than Deluxe Kiramage.
Oh,
that's not hard.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, but like, I don't know if did you guys see this or?
No, I didn't.
Here, I'm sending it in the chat.
Okay.
It's big.
Let's see this. Whoa, that's a big boy. That is a big boy. Oh my god.
So now I see why it was so expensive.
Oh my god.
Woohoo.
That's large.
I mean, just look at the box.
For a second.
Do you have the link to whatever tweet this came from so I could link it in the description?
Yeah,
just so people can. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
For a second, I forgot the name of the train from Kira Major, so I thought you were actually implying that one of the Miniplas for Kira Major was bigger than the DX.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Minipla is pretty close to the deluxe size, so...
Yeah. Wow, that's dope.
But yeah, I saw that on Twitter this morning.
Secure User JP guy.
Yeah,
I've seen his stuff.
I saw it this morning and I was like, wow, alright.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why it's Super Minipla.
Yeah.
These are the parts of me, or this is one of those times where I'm like, man, I wish I had enough money to sustain Minipla.
Right? I just want to know why Bandai decided to make the box so tall and didn't just make it, like, wide.
I don't know.
Like, what were they doing?
I mean, because obviously you have to fit it in, like, a different box to ship it out.
Right.
So maybe that's, they were just trying to fit as much as they could within the dimensions of that other larger box.
But yeah, this is an impressive piece.
But actually, that is something else I wanted to shout out, because I did not consider that until I had listened to that episode of, I believe that podcast was like the Lightning Collective.
Yeah, that was a cool episode.
Yeah, that was a really cool episode that they did with one of the guys who designed a lot of the Lightning Collection stuff. And I don't want to tangent too far, but if you want insider information,
You don't want to get me going.
Oh yeah. If you want insider information of the toy industry in general, it is a very interesting listen.
And it was only like a little under an hour. It was a really quick listen. It was nice.
Yeah. And like he was saying, the toy industry just isn't publicized too much at all. So the fact that he got out there and started talking about it was really nice of him to do. And he's got a very candid social media presence. So I'll leave a link in there just because it is really neat information to just have.
Nice.
But yeah. Ultraman is happening. You can also pre-order that one on AmiAmi or HLJ. So keep your eyes out for that. Was that it for the news?
I think.
My dude?
I believe so.
Wow, does that mean we could quickly talk about Kuuga? Like actually? Like
if
for
that's
real?
What you guys want to do?
Sure.
Yeah.
And hey, we're in the slightly future-ish now, because our internet, or my internet specifically, is very bad, and the universe just doesn't want us to talk about Kuuga. They want to silence us about our thoughts on Kuuga.
How dare it?
And we're just gonna bend over and take it, because we can't do anything about it.
It's also totally valid to say, hey, I've got some place to be. So
that's
we're just gonna
fair.
wrap it up here.
I do actually have some place to be soon. Sorry for the shorter episode, but hey, guess what? That probably means this episode went up on time, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. And then also,
let's do the outro.
Yeah, so we are done here, but thank you so much for listening to what I assume is a very infuriatingly I don't know, just an infuriating clash of audio that just sort of has to happen because internet sucks. But hey, that doesn't mean we won't be back next week, because we absolutely will. Don't forget to check out, SHODO Pop News. Everything else we're doing here, some unboxings, a lot of unfortunate unboxings. But then also, there are still links in the description down below to where you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement. Once again, I would like to ask if you guys have any other links or any other charities you want to shout out in relation to that. Leave them in the links leave them in the comments down below, and we'll do our best to shout them out the next time. Outside of that, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for sitting through this. Keep it juicy.
See ya.
SHODO-O